Right, I did think of an intro in my head. I just want to remember it.
Intro boy's gonna nail it.
I don't think so. You're the intro boy. Yours is so smooth, and like mine, I always I overthink it and then end up and ahhing and fucking bumbling my way through them.
I don't know, man. I said last week's a little bit too fast.
I don't know. Yours was really good last week.
I always get at least one word wrong.
Yeah, it was good though. I didn't notice. I liked it. And I listened to it about an hour ago, so you know.
That's true. It's fresh in your mind.
It's fresh in my mind. I enjoyed it.
Excellent. Well, I'm pleased. Yours gonna be a good one, man. You feeling good about it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna let's just go with it. Should we do the? Can you do your signature?
Yeah. My signature one. Jeez, every week I do this. I have to keep a close watch out the window. Sometimes the old boys really are the best.
I can't wait till we record in person so I can see you.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I have to. It's tradition. 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome back to the Scrambled Checksum podcast. My name is Ethan and I still think digital watches are a pretty neat idea. Joining me is Kieran, a man who really enjoys the sound of kick drums, snares and synthesized bass notes. How are you doing today, Kieran?
I'm very good. Firstly, I think it was very bold of you to say welcome back, considering our repeat listener stat is currently sitting at a healthy 0, I believe.
Is it? Oh no.
I think on some platforms, but
I've listened to every single episode.
It's probably just that glitch in Spotify that you found last week that showed the listener counts wrong. And yeah, digital watches are freaking cool too.
Yeah.
And I love a good kick drum.
Yeah, he loves that synthesized bass note. Oh.
It's got to be the songs I like. You have to have at least probably 8 or 9 minutes of solid just kick drum before the actual it's the progression.
Yeah, it's the progression. It's the suspense. You know
yeah,
something's
exactly.
coming.
I'm obsessed with it. So you have that, and then every 128th beat, you'll get a second kick drum, and then you'll know that's the progression. And then maybe
you might even get like a whip kind of like a
yeah. You might get like an Ethan audio test,
and then I've got a specific song in my head now that starts like that because the version that I like listening to it has the kick drum for queuing it up if someone was doing it in a set.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But there's only a version that has like the full intro. You can only get it with that. The only other version or at least that you could get on Spotify had it was the radio edit, and then it didn't have
radio edits are for babies.
Yes, I agree.
They're for impatient people who want that instant gratification. If you're not willing to listen to 8 minutes of just pure kick drum,
well, I'm not sure. I wasn't going to go that far. I was more.
If you're not willing to listen to 8 minutes of pure kick drum just to get one chord, then you're the problem with music today. Go back to your Taylor Swifts and
wake up, sheeple. Hey, controversial opinion. I've heard. So during my job, I get quite a lot of opportunity to listen to the radio, and sometimes I get stuck listening to Radio 1 because a lot of the environments I'm in don't have DAB radio.
So it's Radio 1.
Radio 1 or Old People FM.
Yeah.
So, I've heard that the opinion thrown around by many people that Taylor Swift is the greatest lyricist of our time.
Really?
I disagree.
Maybe of our it depends what they mean by of our time. I guess if they mean she's not got a ton of competition right at the minute.
But there's so much music out there.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a really low bar as well because I don't think she's even nearly the best.
No. But from the pop scene, maybe, right? I don't know. There's people like Adele, right? She's pretty good.
Yeah. Like Adele.
I thought that Charlotte Church's pop career was underrated. I unironically listened to her song "Crazy Chick" when I was about 12.
Actually never heard of Charlotte Church.
What? She was used to be on songs of praise a lot. And then she tried to make a pop career and was not very successful. She released she even released an album. She had one single that was called "Crazy Chick." People sleep on that song.
Yeah.
It didn't sound too hyped.
Was it as bad? Was it as bad as Friday by Rebecca?
Oh no! It was a brilliant song.
Okay.
People sleep on that song. That was a quality. That was a jam.
What does people sleep on that song mean?
People don't give it the credit that it deserves. They just kind of ignore it. They're like, oh, Charlotte Church, wasn't she that Songs of Praise lady? And yes, she was. Right. But she also put out some one pop banger. Maybe multiples. That was the only one of hers that I listened to.
Yeah.
But that's it. Also, can I just say, by old people radio, did you mean Classic FM? Because if so, I got a bit of a problem with that. Because I find Alan Titchmarsh, when he comes on sometimes in my car in the morning, quite relaxing to listen to.
I meant basically literally every other radio station on
FM. Wow, shots fired at...
like /S though, slightly. I think I used that. Did I use that right? Let me know if you're young. And I think it means sarcasm, right?
I don't know. I didn't realize that young people still listen to the radio. Maybe that could be the next TikTok trend.
What, listening to the radio?
Yeah, TikTok don't care about copyrighted music. You can play whatever the hell you want on that, so there's no worries with that. Just like, I don't know, becoming like a radio ham, like people back in the day used to listen into it could be like Radio Talk.
Interesting.
Talk FM. I don't quite know how the content would look.
I hope that doesn't catch on. I quite like listening to the radio, to be honest. But I would say, like, in terms of current pop stars, I'd say there's quite a lot of competition for Taylor Swift in terms of...
I think you'd have to be looking at a very narrow window of pop. You'd have to be looking at like the mega star ones, right?
But no, because it doesn't matter how popular you are, as long as you are known. Like, okay, just like off the top of my head, Lorde.
Oh, I've heard good things. It's not my kind of genre, but yeah, that's
but
true.
Way better than Taylor Swift. It says it like purely. I get this, not but in terms of lyrics, like fucking the one that keeps getting me at the moment. There's this Taylor Swift song that seems to be like continuously on the radio. I think it's called like Karma or something like that. But it's like, Karma is my boyfriend. Karma is the...
It's no Karma Chameleon, that's for sure.
It's like, what the fuck does this song even mean? It doesn't make any sense, and it's just crap. It's actually just a crap song. But everyone's like, oh my god, Taylor Swift's an inspiration. I love her so much. She's the greatest lyricist of all time.
I know the Swifties or whatever they're called.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Are pretty into her. Speaking of the radio,
like I'm not saying that she's like terrible and never written a great. I just feel like calling her the greatest lyricist of our time is just like. I'm sorry.
Ethan cancels Taylor Swift.
She just isn't.
For not having quality lyrics. Speaking of the radio, I don't know if you can relate to this experience, but one of the times that I remember listening to the radio a lot was when I did my work experience, and I did it at a local car dealership in the like garage bit, the like maintenance department.
Oh yeah.
So they had the radio on like all day. It's like stereotypical, like the radio's on in the background. That was Radio 1, and it was around the time that Umbrella by Rihanna was getting played tons.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, listening to that day after day after day, and I was only there for a week, drove me to a hatred of that song.
Yeah.
Have you got like that one trigger song where you hear the intro? It's usually got like a distinctive intro, so you know immediately.
What's
apart from Taylor Swift, who you don't like?
Well, no, there's a few Taylor Swift songs that I don't mind. I couldn't name them, but like I say, I've not got anything against Taylor. I just feel like calling her the greatest lyricist of our time. That's just not.
What's your trigger song then? The one that like you hear the first like 8 beats and not even the first 8 beats.
I don't know who it's by, but the chorus is like, I can buy myself flowers.
To be fair,
that's to myself for hours.
I know I think I've heard that actually.
But it's not that like it's just the fact that it's like I think it goes on like the chorus is like 90% of the song. Like 90% of the song is literally the exact same words with the exact same tune, no variation even to like the instruments playing it or the like octave or like the key or anything. Just literally the same thing, just over and over and over again, and it is so annoying.
To be fair, with the current cost of living crisis, if you had enough disposable income to be able to buy yourself flowers, that's like a pretty hardcore flex there.
Yeah, true.
Like the songs used to be about like buying like Mercedes and like Gucci stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's like I can fuel my car.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can buy my food shop.
myself. I can't believe it's not butter.
I can pay my gas bill.
Yeah. I'm not bankrupted by debt.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. That's a new song, and everyone's gonna be like, "God, look at these 1%ers completely out of touch with the common worker." Now that they've gotten that one famous pop song. We could do one-hit wonders.
I don't even know who that song's by.
I don't have a clue.
I feel like it might be Miley Cyrus.
It sounds like it could be right.
I hope it isn't though, because I don't know. I've kind of heard good things about her recently, but she's made a bit of a turn from what I've heard. But I might be completely out of. Hang on, I'm gonna have to Google this now.
To see if she's made a turn?
No, to figure out if it is by her.
Oh, okay, the one that I remember as well is I had a period of time when my car was in the in the shop, as they say. It was getting, and it was in for a few days because they were waiting on a part. So I had a rental car, and it didn't have a way for me to play my own music off my phone. So I had the radio on in that. And it was Radio 1, because it was I don't know. It was
BBC Radio 1.
Actually, that's probably my trigger. They're freaking that and the Newsbeat song, if you can call it that. The like bumper that they use to intro Newsbeat. I hate that. It sickens me.
I only don't like it because I miss the ones from my youth. Like I miss the listen, watch, share. This is BBC Radio 1 Newsbeat. Dun, dun, dun. Or like the dun, 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 dun. Like I miss the old Radio 1 jingles. So
the people that do those jingles get paid quite well, I think.
That was the sound of my youth, Kieran. Radio 1 jingles, like Chris Moyle's show, the beginning.
I remember the Chris Moyle show, yeah.
I can remember where I was when the last ever Chris Moyle show was broadcast.
Really?
I couldn't listen to it because I was obviously at school and I was stuck in a fucking science practical.
You were too teary-eyed.
Yeah. I honestly, I did tear up.
Oh God.
Like I loved the Chris Moyle show. It was like I listened to it all the fucking time. Like I'd listen to the reruns of it. I was like obsessed with it for a while.
The only bit about that I remember wasn't that the show that had Joss Calls Your Boss?
Possibly.
Where they had that lady on the team, Joss, and she'd like ring up someone's boss and be like, "Hey, they're not coming to work today because they're listening to Radio 1 or something," and like negotiate with them, or it was some kind of thing like that.
Quite possibly, yeah. They did have quite a lot of different features. Like the one that I really miss is Comedy Dave's Tedious Link, where he'd do a link into a song, but he'd basically, I can't quite remember how it had to start, but basically it would be like a load of words like that are somehow very tenuously connected, and eventually it would lead to the name of the song and the artist. And then they'd play it, and it would go on for like 3 minutes.
That's quite clever.
It was brilliant.
This is where I can see it coming back as radio talk.
Yeah, but it's too short. I think radio is very long format.
But like those segments, like I could ring up your boss and be like, "Hey, Ethan's not coming to work today because he's listening to the Scrambled Checksum podcast. I hope that's all right. He can have the day off." And they'd be like, "Oh yeah, Ethan's actually no longer working for the business."
Yeah, we fired
after this call actually.
Yeah, we fired.
It'll probably be more of like I do that one as one TikTok because it's quite short format, right? And then like a day later, I could do the follow up where they call me back and they're like, "Hi, yeah, Ethan's actually no longer with the business. We listened to the Scrambled Checksum podcast, and." I mean, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I haven't told anyone at work about the existence of the Scrambled Checksum.
So, no, I haven't either. I figured that was probably for the best.
Yeah, if they
organically
find it, I'll deny all knowledge. It's someone else.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it looks nothing like me.
Yeah.
I don't know any Ethans.
I've just found a song called "Flowers" by Miley Cyrus that I suspect I'm going to play.
It's got to be right.
Very short segment.
I mean, she can buy. I imagine she's probably accrued enough wealth to be able to buy herself flowers.
Hang on.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Better cut that out.
Yeah, that's it. It's all right. It's only a short bit.
Well, that's copyright strike.
I don't think so. Surely not. From that, like 2 seconds. No one's listening to that instead of going on their music streaming platform of choice.
That's a famous enough song. That's 100% gonna get claimed.
What? Like even that like tiny bit?
Yeah, for sure. I'm positive. I say we'll upload it with it and we'll see.
Fuck it. No one listens anyway. I'm doing it full send.
We're not monetized. We can
anyway, it came out of my mouth. You all saw it.
Yeah, if we get
that was me singing.
Yeah, that was you singing it. You just had to do a really good Miley Cyrus impression.
Yeah.
If we get demonetized, it'll make a good top. Well, we're not monetized to begin with, so we can't get. I don't really know what they do. They can't. What they're going to do? Take away our.
Yeah. Come at me, bro. Like, what are you going to do? Make us even less popular? Like,
this channel's now going to just be re-uploading top 40 songs.
Deplatformers.
Yeah, you want to listen to a song for free? Come to the Scrambled Checksum.
Yeah, you can listen to 2 seconds of a song that I just slated for 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking of music streaming platforms.
You beat me to the freaking link. I was going to do a Dave's tenuous link or whatever.
Give it a go. Go on.
Okay, what was it you used to do then? Because I actually didn't have anything in mind for that. I was hoping you wouldn't call me out and ask me to actually do it. Then. What did you do? Did you used to say like...
I can't remember. I'll have to... Let's not do it. I'll show you one after when we finish recording. I can't really remember the specifics of how it works. I just remember it being very good.
Copyright claims. Platform enforcing...
No, it was more like... It was like full sentences. It would be like...
Oh, right.
It'd be like... I wouldn't... Like... a man is sat down under an oak tree... and then it'd be like oak trees are a type of plant. Plants are a name that came originally from Latin American music. Tends to involve like go off like that.
Oh, so it'd be like okay, I understand. So it'd be like, Kieran is sat listening to music. Music is composed of audio waves. Audio waves cause vibrations in the eardrum. Vibrations are a type of like electromagnetic wave. They're not.
They're not, Kieran.
Yeah, they're not.
Actually, no, that's on brand. It's fine. It's misinformation.
Yeah, it's fine. It was wrong. Don't worry. Don't look it up.
We will be the #1 misinformation podcast on Spotify.
Yeah, exactly. Electromagnetic waves are also similar to radio waves. Radio waves are similar to how...
Radio waves are electromagnetic waves.
Well, whatever. They actually are. Great.
A specific set of frequency of electromagnetic
visible light is also an electromagnetic wave. It is. Visible light is what's emitted by a router. A router is what emits the radioactive... Not radioactive. Oh, fuck it. Radio waves.
Technically, most routers do emit...
well, there you go.
Visible light because they have the little status lights on them.
That's what I meant. Yeah, that one. The little beam thing. Your router is slowly killing you while you sleep. That's because of the Wi-Fi signal. But it's
okay if you put it in front of inside one of those little like Faraday cages that totally isn't like a filing thing.
And then buy one of those wallets and strap them around your head to make like a halo of those. Yeah. The wallets that stop.
But anyway, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi.
Yeah, the icon for Wi-Fi is those 3 beam things. That's similar to the icon for a popular music streaming service. A music streaming service that Ethan absolutely hates. A service that's called Spotify.
That was actually pretty good. Apart from like the horrendous amount of inaccuracies.
Apart from all the misinformation. Yeah. Poor Comedy Dave. Comedy Dave, please don't sue us. This will be all 3. You can get all 3 community strikes on this one video.
That would be.
We got copyrighted music. We got stolen content.
Has anyone ever been done for stealing a concept on YouTube?
I mean, that's basically like YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, yeah.
Views. Yeah. Okay,
well, I guess it's more TikTok, but it's bleeding over to YouTube.
Yeah, so we got copyrighted music, fake news. All we need is like one more thing. You'll say something later that will get us cancelled, so that'll be about right.
Well, now you've said that, I'm going to struggle. Like the expectations there now. I can't just pull out a cancelable statement. I can't just pull them out my arse. Like I gotta.
You sit there all week thinking, all right, what can I say this week?
Yeah. What? I feel like I've said my controversial thing this week. It wasn't as bad as a few episodes
Sacrificing
ago.
Children.
Yeah. I feel like the Tay-Tay, hating on Tay-Tay is like, I wasn't even hating on her. I was just stating that I don't agree with it.
Like, I never understood hating on someone like that because it's like they're wildly successful and they've got a ton of money. So like,
yeah, I mean, like if it turned out that she'd heeded my advice and had sacrificed babies to the silicon gods, then maybe there'd be reason to hate on her then.
But there's not really much point, is there? It's like
to my knowledge, Taylor Swift has never sacrificed humans, babies, or otherwise to anything.
There was a thing. I think that she had something where this is probably. It's been.
I tell you what. I hope that she didn't sacrifice babies to her chosen god of music so that her lyrics could be true because and fresh because I think that
it didn't work. It was a waste.
It was a waste. It was a waste of human life. Just like listening to her music.
Oh. So Spotify, you had a bit of, you didn't. Hey, maybe we can get a podcast deal with them.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So we ended last podcast, and you'd mentioned trialing Deezer.
Yeah, not for any kind of recommendation. It was just like I like the name.
Yes, and dear listeners, I did manage to get us published on Deezer. However, I accidentally, I think was it just checksum or scrambled, I think is what I got us published as, and there doesn't seem to be any kind of portal to log into to change that.
Oh, so we're permanently now
just scrambled.
Scrambled.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, unless I contact support, and I really can't be asked to do that. So
I'll phone them live.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I think they have a live chat. But
yeah,
anyway,
there's no phone support.
I did start I did sign up for an account with Deezer. I also continued my Apple Music free trial, and I have a winner.
It's got to be Deezer.
How much are you willing to put on that?
I don't gamble.
In terms of no, just pure kudos, not money.
Oh, okay. Just purely. What's the microtransaction currency we're dealing in?
Just kudos.
Just kudos.
So one kudos is roughly equivalent to, probably a tenner.
If I'm wrong, I'll listen to that Taylor Swift song in full after this recording.
Okay.
Because it sounds like it's going to be torture. So it's got to be Deezer. I mean, I'm probably wrong. It's probably Apple Music.
Okay, you ready for the unveil?
Yeah, it's going to be Apple Music for sure. But go on.
It's Apple Music.
Yeah. What was wrong with Deezer?
It was just the final straw
that freaking sucked.
The final straw was that it just kept failing to download my liked songs playlist that I.
That's pretty important for you, right? So you go through a patchy signal area when you're driving and you're using it, and so you need the downloads.
Yeah.
Or is it just to save data?
No, it's just for I got plenty of data. It's just for when you don't have a signal or a crap signal. Or yeah.
And that was like your frustration with Spotify, wasn't it? Was that it wouldn't.
Well, it downloaded them, it just wouldn't play them. Whether Deezer was just like stuck in a loop of like it was just constantly stuck at like 10% download, and it just would never download.
Oh, Deezer.
Even on Wi-Fi, and like I've got a pretty decent internet connection at home. I think we're on like 300 down.
Yeah, so Deezer didn't do it.
Yeah, and then the other thing was just like there wasn't a way of like going to the artist and then only looking at songs that you've specifically liked / added to your library from that artist. The only way to view the ones that you'd specifically added to your library would be to go to you'd have to go into the favorites, and then it would be every single song that you've added to your favorites, not just from that artist. There wasn't any way to filter by that artist or
that's a shame.
Like it would yeah, so it just didn't feel like a very polished app. And then the downloads thing was the last straw. However, going to Apple Music, it's not been a smooth, perfect transition from Spotify. I've basically had to resort, in the end, to just manually, as I want to listen to an artist, adding the tracks that I like into my library rather than...
Is that because Apple Music... Is it because there's no export tool from Spotify, or is it because Apple are like... You should have started using our platform when it launched. And
no, it's because there's no native way to export from Spotify.
How could Deezer do it? 'Cause Deezer could bring them all.
You can do it. There's a lot of tools that you can pay for to do it. But unlike,
is it like the Apple thing where like stuff on their platform's paid for, and then like for other stuff it's free because they're like, oh, this person's too cheap to use Apple Music, so we better make it free for the Deezer export. But like, the Apple Music ones, yeah.
No, Deezer just has a tool built in, and Apple Music, Spotify, and stuff they just don't. There's a lot of third-party tools, but there's a lot of a lot of them like you either needed to buy a license for something that you're only going to use once, or you had to pay a subscription again for something that you're only going to use once. And I was just like, or they were just like from this like hard to find out whether they're reputable things that you're going to hand over your login information to. And I was just kind of like, yeah, I'm not comfortable with this.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that at all.
So I found a tool that is on the App Store on my iPad. The free version you can use to migrate playlists. So I've been able to migrate my playlists and stuff over, albeit one at a time because you have to pay if you want to do more than one at a time, but that's fine. And then I've just been slowly rebuilding my library. But the other thing that Apple Music has that Spotify does not is it supports a higher bit rate.
Oh wow, I'm surprised because like Spotify I thought were the leaders in bit rate.
Yeah, they do. You can get a higher bit rate with Spotify, but for a higher price.
Is it like the one that always made no sense to me, and I've trialed it several times now, is Amazon Music made 0 sense to me, because it's like, you buy Amazon Music, or you get Amazon Music with Prime, but then you can buy it separately on top of that.
Oh no, you don't. You don't get it with Prime.
That's it. No, you buy it separately, right? And then it's like, then you pay more. Because like I had it as like a free trial for 3 months. And I was like, wait, I don't have half of these songs. They're on here, but I can't listen to them without paying extra.
Yeah.
And then you had to pay extra again to get like high quality, and it got really expensive, I seem to remember.
Yeah. So
this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So Apple Music, and thus far it has been bug free. It is lacking some of the features of Spotify, but it's stable.
Can it do downloads?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, unfortunately there's no way to just download that I found to just set it to download anything you add to your library.
Oh, that's annoying.
But like I say, it's stable, and Spotify, while it had that feature, as I discussed, that feature wasn't fucking working anyway, so you know. My next step is to try and convince my family to switch to the Apple Music family plan.
So you can get it for cheaper.
Yeah.
Does it still have? I remember when they introduced this feature in iTunes. Does it? I assume not. Does it still have Genius?
I knew you were going to ask that. No, it doesn't. I think that died a long time ago.
Oh, does it have anything like that? Like,
no.
Does it have like? Oh, okay.
No, it's but it has lyrics that are actually accurate.
Wow, are they wrong on Spotify?
A lot of the time, yeah. Because they just partnered with, I think it's like Match X or something like that.
What, and just like ran it through like the YouTube auto captions style algorithm and just.
I think so, yeah. Or like I don't know how it gets it, but they did have a partnership with Genius, I think, for a bit, but they don't anymore. And
is that the website where you can go on and people can put meanings of the lyrics next to them?
Yeah. It's actually I've got the app on my phone. It's actually really good, I think.
I love the app. I think that some of the things that people put on there are absolutely ridiculous.
I don't use it for that. I just use it for getting the lyrics.
Oh, you should. They're hilarious. They're either like people stating the obvious, where it'll be like Taylor Swift saying that she can afford to buy herself flowers, and they'll be like, in this paragraph, Taylor Swift is.
I think Miley Cyrus is there. Did you earlier? You know when you said you'd listen to that song? Did you by Taylor Swift? Did you mean Miley Cyrus?
Probably, yeah.
Or did you mean because there's Flowers by Miley Cyrus, or there's that Karma one?
Oh yeah, I meant the Flowers one by Miley Cyrus. Got that wrong. I've got a bit of a thing with I get artists mixed up.
That's all right. That's all right. I mean, both would be probably equal torture. So
that's right. I once went on a rant about how there was a TV program on, and I went on a rant about the fact that Dave Grohl was taking credit for being in Nirvana.
Wait, what? But he was.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't realize. I was like, wait, Dave Grohl. I went on like it's like a bit of an inside joke that I've got with my partner. But yeah, I was like, bloody Dave Grohl's on the TV there, taking credit for being in Nirvana. He was saying something about how like their how he was. I don't know. He was talking about something to do with Nirvana. I was like, God, freaking Dave Grohl's on there talking about how great it is that like he inspired a Nirvana song. What the bloody hell's he doing? I was like, yeah, he was in Nirvana.
Yeah, he was
actually.
in Nirvana.
Yeah. So that's I get people mixed up.
Yeah, no, me too. To be fair, but I just thought I'd double check that. However, you might question your requirement to take said punishment for being woefully inaccurate. When I give you the next bit of information.
Oh, are you binning off Apple Music?
I'm not.
Oh.
But I just want to talk about one specific feature that annoyed me that it doesn't have, and then I'll tell you the bit that I was going to say just.
Okay.
So it doesn't have a sleep timer.
Right. Is that a problem? I always thought those were annoying.
Why would they be annoying?
Because it's like, the YouTube one really annoys me, because the amount of times I've like been relaxing listening to music on YouTube and then it stops, especially at work actually when I put it on the background of my headphones.
Oh no. So it won't just automatically stop.
Right.
I mean a sleep timer where you can say, okay, play until the end of the album, the end of the track. Stop in 60 minutes. Stop in 30
It's the idea that like you're listening to, because I've never listened to music while I go to sleep.
See, I do. Like I either listen to an audiobook or sometimes I'll sleep in silence, but particularly like if I've been at work all day, I find it helps me fall asleep. I fall asleep pretty quickly, but it helps me fall asleep quickly if I put like a relaxing music playlist on, like a sleep playlist.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've never slept with music on, so
yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I use that feature all the time in Spotify, and Apple Music just doesn't have it.
Oh,
but there is a wonderfully jank workaround.
Well, that's what I was thinking of. So, okay, can I say what my jank workaround would be?
Okay, go on.
So the ones that are coming to my mind are that you, I was gonna say that you put your phone on like a really aggressive power management thing, but like that wouldn't close the app, so that wouldn't be any good. I was gonna some kind of mechanical contrivance. I was gonna say some kind of thing to unplug your headphones, but that's not how headphones work anymore.
Well, I wouldn't be wearing headphones anyway.
Oh, they just have it coming out of the phone.
Yeah.
Some kind of soundproof box that descends over the phone after a candle is burned down to a certain amount. So you've got the added hazard of sleeping with a burning candle. I don't know. I got nothing else. That's how I do it.
No, so I can't do this on my phone, but it's fine because I tend to use my iPad anyway. I would be able to do it on my phone if I had an iPhone.
Yeah.
But I don't because I'm...
You train yourself over a period of months to sleep, say, hey assistant.
Siri.
Yeah.
To stop music.
Yeah, like just as you fall asleep.
No.
Oh.
No.
You record yourself saying that on a tape, and then have like have it set to autoplay on like a cassette tape player, and then have it like come on automatically with like a timed plug, and then it'll play like your voice saying that, and then turn itself off.
I'm not going to even bother saying why that's stupid.
You're going to dignify that with a...
but I love it.
That would work, right?
No, the workaround is on the clock app on iOS/iPadOS. Despite having the horrendous flaw of only being able to have one timer running at a time.
Wow.
Which they finally fixed in the latest update. That's not coming, the one that's coming out later this year, iOS 17 or whatever it is. You can finally have more than one timer, and they called this out as a specific feature, like it hasn't been a thing that you've been able to do on Android for literally forever.
Like WWDC? They were like, oh, and one more thing.
you can now have multiple timers. Like, fucking hell. Anyway, you can set a timer to either have a sound, do an automation when it's done, or stop whatever is playing.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And it'll lock the device. So
okay, that's pretty good.
So it's fine. I can work with that. I can live with that. So
does it not have like? Could you not use This is kind of janky too, but it actually might work. You know the digital well-being tools that they added to Android?
Oh yeah.
Can you not set them to close apps after a certain amount of, like, after a certain time? Like, you know, the ones that are supposed to stop you from using, like, Facebook after, like, 10 p.m. or something.
Should we try that?
Bedtime mode.
Should we try that?
I don't know, I think you can set it to, but I don't know if it closes the app if it's running, but I know you can set it to, like...
Oh, no, I think it does.
Yeah, that's what I thought, right, because it's, like, otherwise it'd be kind of useless, because if you sat there scrolling.
No...
I never use those digital well-being things, so I don't really use my phone that much.
I don't. I used to back when I used to do the socials. Right, I'm bringing up NCS because they're like no copyright sound, so we won't get copyright striked for this.
Okay. You've already been copyright strike. You may as well play like.
Okay, right. Okay, I'm playing a song. This is coming out of my mouth, obviously, not my phone.
Yeah, exactly. Where's the kick drum?
Just don't think about it. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So if we go to settings, well-being, we're doing science again, Kieran.
This is a tune. I love that this is like just bizarre. Like I don't know what this song is. It's not bad.
Digital well-being.
Well done to whoever made this song. You're doing God's work. I always think the people that make these
I'm gonna turn it down.
These like free songs, like Incompetech, is that his name? The guy that makes like a ton of like public domain songs. Anyway, he's a hero of mine. I'm genuinely, he does great work.
He's doing God's work.
He is, honestly. Like this stuff, those songs that exist aren't just like, they weren't just given to the internet for free by like the gods. Like someone made that and then was like, oh, I don't care if I make money off this.
Right. Okay. So the shortest period of time I can set it for is 5 minutes.
That's not bad.
So I've set it for 5 minutes. The song's still playing. I'm gonna just leave it playing, and I'll let you know.
What have you used? Digital Wellbeing, or have you used
I've just used the app timer.
Okay. Is that on Digital Wellbeing?
No, I just went into because Digital Wellbeing wanted me to set it. I just went into settings, clicked on the app, and then screen timer set it to 5 minutes.
I saw that. I think it would come under if you use Digital Wellbeing. I think it would come under parental controls.
Yeah, let's see whether this works. So it's 9:15 now. So when it gets to 9:20, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
So while that's doing its thing.
Yeah.
The reason that you might feel your punishment is unjust is I've also come up with another strategy as more of a long-term solution. I've decided
CDs.
Yes, I'm going to set aside like money every month to buy a couple of second-hand CDs.
Oh my god, I was right.
Yeah, and
let's go
and rip them.
And rip them. You're not gonna. Do cars even have CD players anymore?
No. But I don't. I wouldn't want to do that. It's just be giving up so much convenience. But
that's
there's
true.
tons of tools that you can use. Like
I've
been trialing using Jellyfin, running on my home server and stuff. So I'm going to start building up my own library. So I own because I hate the subscription model anyway.
I thought you would, yeah. So here's my question.
Yeah.
Do you think that CD rippers are eventually going to like disappear and become like really like? Is it going to become really difficult to do? Not technically difficult, but more obtaining the stuff becomes difficult.
I don't know.
Probably not, right? They're ubiquitous enough, I think.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure.
And it's digital, so they're easy to rip.
CDs are super easy to rip. Like it's not like DVDs. I've tried to rip DVDs before, not so I can distribute them, just so I bought the DVD and just so I can put it on Jellyfin or something like that, stream it. Like,
I think Blu-rays are even harder.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. It's
just
like I thought I'd successfully done one, and then I was watching it, and it worked perfectly, and then randomly, like the last 20 minutes were all like 2 times speed for some reason.
Weird. I don't understand the encoding formats and stuff because you get like .bup files and stuff. It's bizarre.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, but yeah, CDs, that's a good idea, and like they're so inexpensive.
Yeah.
Unless you want current music. My problem with that would be I couldn't do that because a lot of the stuff that I listen to.
Well, yeah, exactly. There are some artists that just don't publish on CD, like you say, especially like the more kind of niche.
A lot of the ones artists I listen to have like no physical medium.
Yeah.
Or if they do, it's on like Discogs and it's like a vinyl for £800, and there's only one of them in the whole world.
Yeah, so it's not really feasible for some things, but I want to at least build up my music collection so that I'm not beholden to having to have a streaming service.
It'd look pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Although it would be a bit of a ball ache to deal with in terms of if you're buying albums.
Well, yeah, I think my plan would be that I'd the CDs would be purely for my own ethical conscience that I have paid for.
It's more in the ripping them. So like if you're going to build your collection out of MP3s, then
I probably wouldn't use MP3 as a format. I'd probably use WAV or something. Or
yes, but if you're ripping the CD, right?
Yeah,
you're gonna have to sort out the whole album down to like just the songs that you want in your playlist.
Yeah, but there's, like I say, I think Jellyfin and stuff, you can do that.
Oh, that's quite cool.
Yeah, so there's lots of media players and things that you can use to...
The other piss off would be if you wanted to add something new, you're like, oh, I gotta find the CD now. But like that's not too bad if you enjoy.
Well, no, because I'd have just ripped the entire thing. I'd just have a big library of everything saved, and then you just it's the same. The playlist would work the same as Spotify. You have.
What about when you wanted to add something to it though?
What do you mean?
Like you find a new song, you're like, God, I love that song. I've never heard that before. I want to add it to my playlist. Then you got to go and find the CD.
What you mean buy the CD?
Yeah.
Well, my collection would purely be just. Bill, I'm not saying I'd not have a streaming service to go and listen to and discover new music, because streaming services are great for finding new music. But this is more like when I find an artist, I'm like, oh god, I love that album. I'll buy the album.
Okay, so you'd not add to it very frequently.
Well, no, I think I think at first I'm gonna just like try and build up it, because there's so many like back albums. Like there's like probably like 7 or 8 Red Hot Chili Peppers albums to get. I'm kicking myself because I used to have a load of Red Hot Chili Peppers CDs, and I think I sold them.
That's what people did. It's like Pokemon cards. Everyone's kicking themselves.
Yeah, like there's like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nothing But Thieves, Muse, like Metallica. There's so many. Honestly, there's so many albums that I love that I could buy on CD. Again, some of which I used to own, and I got rid of.
You'll be able to get them super cheap though.
CDs? Yeah, I'm sure I'll be able to find them. So
it won't be like back in the day where you had to pay like £9.99 at HMV.
Yeah. Although, yeah, you can still buy CDs at HMV.
Yeah, they're more expensive, I think, actually, now than they were when I was a kid. Which is bizarre.
Yeah, I do actually own some physical media still. I've got a box full of vinyl.
I've got one vinyl.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Daft Punk Discovery.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh. You know, when I finally get round to getting a new needle for my vinyl player, you need to bring that over so we can listen to it.
Yeah, I have listened to it on vinyl as well all the way through. I love that album. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Ever.
I've only ever bought one vinyl, and that's Muse. I think it's Uprising, the album with the cool kind of like tessellated, colourful.
I don't know Muse very well.
Ah, well, yeah, they might not be your thing, to be fair.
My cousin liked Muse when I was a kid. I remember that. He was always talking about Muse.
I don't really like any of their stuff post Madness, which came out in 2013. There's a couple of good tracks post that, but yeah, I kind of went. Their newer stuff is a bit eh.
You might say they're no longer your muse. That was terrible. I'm terribly sorry. That's probably our third strike there for like shutting down the channel.
Oh. Bear with, caller. Hang on.
Oh, did it work?
No.
What the hell?
It's 21 minutes past.
What the hell? What did it do? Look at it, it's still going. What the hell?
I wonder whether it's because it's a screen timer. If I open up the app.
Yeah, I don't think a screen timer would work.
Yeah,
I think you might need to use...
Oh, you have 2 minutes left today.
Yeah. So I think you need to use parental controls.
Yeah, okay, that's annoying.
And that's going to be like one day you'll really want to listen to it after that time, and it'll be like, oh.
Well, you just have to say it every time, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would do. Or like you'll be at like someone's party and like you're sharing like you're sharing like a Bluetooth speaker, and they're like, oh Ethan, your turn to select a song. You're like, oh, and then someone will see on your screen.
That's actually like a flaw. Sorry, I was just like completely not listening to whatever the hell you just said.
That's right. I was saying that people would think that your parents had stopped you from listening to your own music.
Yeah. That's actually a flaw, though, in screen time. Like, what if you did want to, like, you had a habit of just, like, always having music on in the background, and you wanted to live...
That's not a very harmful habit, though, is it?
No, but I don't know, you could,
like... God, Ethan's got a real problem. He's up there in his room listening to his music again.
Well, no, like, you know, sometimes... Like you've got screen time. Some people might, like like literally always just walk around with their earphones in, have music playing, whether they're walking outside.
He's listening to that podcast again.
No, I'm being fucking serious here, Kieran. I'm trying to be serious.
Those people are a bad influence.
I'm just saying, like, sometimes it's good to like touch grass without having a bit of digital binary still attached to you, you know.
Unless it's this podcast.
So like I could see there actually being like, oh, I want to limit how much like total like entertainment input I have over a day, including things like music and stuff. Like, so I kind of feel like it's a bit of a flaw in it that it doesn't also count like background playing as screen time. Or
no, I get it. You could like have stuff on it. I don't know what else you could have on in the background that would be
like not. It shouldn't count like just the background running in general, because obviously like most apps run in the background for like receiving notifications and stuff.
His Google account's checking for emails in the background again. He's got a real digital addiction.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. His phone's polling.
His phone's checking for updates again. Yeah. That Ethan's got a real digital addiction. He's always checking for updates on his apps.
Yeah. Although I don't think that's actually how it works anymore, is it? Because push notifications, it doesn't require the device to poll, does it? That's the whole.
I have no clue.
I think that's why it's called push, because
and then there's some that don't because of power saving.
Yeah, so the device isn't constantly asking if there's an update. It just the server pushes one. The server knows the device is online, so it just pushes one to the device when it has one.
That Ethan's got a real digital technology addiction. His phone's constantly polling the cellular network to make sure it's still got signal.
Yeah, that's why
he needs to stop.
Why the battery life's so crap.
Yeah, he's always checking to make sure he's still got signal in the background.
Yeah,
he's not even looking at his phone when he does it. That's how big of a problem it is.
I've got a huge problem. My phone spends 90% of its life with, or like probably like 95% of its life with the screen off and it in my pocket.
Yeah, that's a real addiction, though.
It is a real addiction. Yeah,
it's still polling that cellular network.
Oh god, he's terrible. The other day he took his phone out of his pocket and used it to contact his grandparents. What a monster.
He's got a real problem, I think. That needs to be limited to like 0 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the parental controls are the answer, though. You have to be your own parent.
Well, do you know what I think the answer is?
What's the answer? It's going to be good.
The answer to it being extravagant, to have enough money to spend on flowers.
Oh, wow. This is a good link.
What if you could shop like a billionaire without being a billionaire?
Yeah. What if you could? That's my jam.
That's your jam. I love it. It's mine. The prices blow my mind.
Temu. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about Temu because I've got a real problem with stuff like this. Because like, where does it end?
Yeah.
Where does like this buying? The thing is, I don't want to say like buying cheap crap because I've done some more research. I prefer the word
tat.
I wouldn't even call it tat. That's the thing that's weird about it, right? So like Temu, from the research I've done, I've not actually bought anything off there because I don't want to support, just sending more stuff straight to the landfill. But from what I understand, the stuff is like of acceptable quality. It's not like Wish.com.
Okay.
And they're just running it at a massive loss.
Interesting.
And like, I get it. That's how like Amazon got to where it is now. But like, where the hell does this stuff end? Like, how much more crap must be getting made? I'd like to give some background on Temu. So it's actually like not new. It's been around in China for a really long time. I say a really long time for like a digital platform, and it's I assume part of the like Temu name comes from like in China the idea is that you get your friends together on social media, and if you can persuade enough of your friends to buy the same product that you want, you get it for a cheaper price.
Oh, is it kind of like what was it called? Was it like drop?
Yeah, that kind of thing, right? Yeah, like exactly that, or like Makeship, I think did similar stuff, right? Or maybe not, but yeah, drop. So like, you persuade your friends to buy the same thing, and then the factory, it doesn't just have it sat there in a warehouse. They make however many that like Temu say that they've sold. So it's like very fast manufacturing.
Yeah.
And then they air freight everything, which is how it gets to you cheap. and fast, because it's not as slow as like AliExpress. 'Cause it's basically the same thing, right, as AliExpress.
I thought air freight was really expensive.
It is, yeah, and they just subsidize it because there's a carrier, which I believe, if I remember correctly, is based out of Indonesia, that runs at a loss as well.
Wait, what? Where's all this money coming from?
Just venture capital. People just invest in it because they think it's going to turn a profit one day when they can up their prices. But yeah, the idea is that like they spent a fortune on advertising at Temu. They use a shipping service that runs at a loss as well. They sell their products at a loss. And the idea is that they'll just like acquire users, burn through like a mountain of cash to get them,
and resources,
and then when they've got people
physical
involved,
resources as well.
Yeah, and just sending out stuff, and then eventually.
Fuck the planet, am I right?
Yeah, exactly. Screw it. Who cares? I heard there is a planet B, C, D.
Yeah, it's all right. We're gonna go and live on Mars, people. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. It's fine.
Fuck it.
But yeah, so everything's just running at a loss. And it's like, when is this going to end? Because like if Temu folded, which they're backed by like a really big company in China, so like that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. But like then there'll just be another one, like Wish.com, that like,
God.
Like they're like if you haven't seen much of them lately, and that's because they're like cut their advertising spend a ton.
Yeah.
So like they're on the verge of collapse as well. So like I just want to know where this like thing of you buy like just absolute. Not even absolute crap, but like that everything has to be this cheaply made.
Yeah, it's a bit of a that line "shop like a billionaire" really,
it's horrible,
really fucking grinds my gears.
That whole ad is just like where you've got the you've got the guy that like reaches up out of the box from like working on that assembly line. It's like zero self-awareness of like this poor man stuck on this assembly line just reaching out to hand this person their other order of garbage.
How do they know that they're reaching out? They might be reaching out saying, please grab my hand, pull me out, help.
Yeah, save me from Temu. Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, and their ads creep me out too. I don't know how many other ads you've seen, but like they've also got that really professionally produced one, which I believe was made for the Super Bowl, the Shop Like a Billionaire one.
Yeah.
But do you get their other ads?
I've only got the one that I keep getting, the one that is like that I was parroting earlier, where it was, I like it. It's mine.
It's mine.
The prices blow my mind.
And she's like dancing around in the mirror.
Yeah, and it's like that. It's got that dress, and I'm kind of looking at it like, what? Either that dress is not the one that you'd actually get if you ordered one, or like 2 seconds after they cut the camera, it like started fell to tatters. It's like, or they're already hiding all the frayed seams and kind of the threads that are falling off it.
The sad part is that it actually probably wouldn't fall apart like that. Like I think that's the that's the low hanging fruit, right? It's like, oh, it's just crap. But like from what I've seen, it's just that they're losing money on it. Yeah. Like the quality isn't that bad. Like it's not like I'm not gonna lie and say it's like, oh, it's really high quality.
Not terrible, but probably extremely ethically questionable.
Yeah, exactly. And like you're like, it's like fast fashion, right? Like how did this get made where it can be sold at this price with all the like work that went into making it?
Is the problem, do you think, that people are not very ethically educated?
I think it's just that like, because I think in the back of their minds, right, you have to know if you buy something, if you're buying clothes for like, not even Temu prices, if you're buying clothes for like £4, you can't surely think that that's made in a way that's ethical. But I think it's just that it's so cheap. And you don't see it. I think that's the other thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm meaning. Like I think in most people's, but I think I don't know.
I think the uncomfortable truth is that, like, not to get too serious here, but I think the uncomfortable truth is that, like, people know. I think the majority of people, if you said, like, do you think that a child made this, or do you think that the person that made this thing that's like £4 had good working conditions? I don't think you could honestly say yes.
Yeah.
But because it's a long way away, and because you
that's the thing, it doesn't feel real.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, this is cheap, but like you don't it's like the guy that you were talking about a few weeks ago. It's like, oh, but it's not cheaper. It's like that. It's like, hey, I can buy 10 of these though. But yeah, so it's like, where does that end with the like Temu stuff? And then yeah, on like I guess on a lighter note, like have you seen any of their other ads apart from that like the like well made quote unquote?
No.
Yeah, so on some apps I use, particularly Duolingo has them a lot.
Oh yeah.
And then a website I go on called Quora, which is hilariously janky. It's part of the reason I still go on it.
That's like that forum-y sort of like ask a question.
Yeah. It's pretty janky. It's not very popular. So they have some real bottom tier advertisers. So they were advertising Temu like before they did the really big push.
Yeah.
But they do these like AI voiced like weird adverts.
Oh god, they're fucking everywhere.
They're so creepy.
Yeah.
I think that's I'm gonna call it now. Those AI voiced adverts are gonna be the next like Backrooms style horror.
Oh yeah.
Because it feels so close to that to me, where it's like this creepy disembodied voice that's like uncanny valley.
Do those adverts actually work on people?
That's the thing. Who's buying? Because they still have to pay to run them.
Yeah, but if I see anything, even the most legitimate product, if Apple made an advert for something with that voice, I would assume that it was a scam.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. Like, who's the thing? I think it's like that they're so cheap that people are willing to overlook the creepy AI. But like this one that I get for this tire inflator, and it looks like a pile of crap on the advert. Like it looks like you can see like the seam of the plastic, and it's like 88p or something. So
there's like tire inflators. I used to get this one all the time for this like ground breaking like glue that could like glue bricks together or some crap, and it's like it's not actually, like but or it's like you'd get should insert thing here be illegal, like there was one all the time. It was like, should this military grade telescope magnifier be illegal, and then like go into like what it can do and stuff, and then like I was just like, oh my god, no, it shouldn't be fucking illegal.
All the toxic heavy, well, it probably should because of all the toxic heavy metals that are in it that are like reaching into your skin every time you use it.
Yeah, but it's just like, oh my god.
Maybe that was the play. They were like, should this £1
like
dress be
this
illegal?
like please like tell us, we need to know. This is like
yeah, like is this legal? Can we sell this?
Are we actually allowed? Can someone reach out, please? We want to know whether we're we're liable for this.
Should this electrically unsafe lamp be legal?
Yeah.
Can we sell this? Like it's cheap. Can we just sell it?
Hey Kieran, should two more white guys shouting into a microphone every other week, released on a Monday, be legal?
I don't think it should.
And should we tell you that this is the end of this episode and you should tune in every other Monday?
And should we tell you? Is it legal for us to sell merch that's made of toxic materials and when you wear it will slowly poison you?
I don't know, but hopefully we'll have an answer by the next time you tune in on Spotify, Deezer, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts.
Subscribe on YouTube.
Get your podcasts on YouTube's.
Tell us in the comments if it should be legal for us to sell that illegal merch.
Yeah.
I think it should.
Let us know. And what music streaming service do you use? Are you going to buy CDs? Is vinyl the way forward? Do you have a reel-to-reel cassette recorder?
Oh, I thought you were asking me a question, but that was just a call to action.
Like, what do you use?
What shampoo should I buy?
Yeah. Let us know.
Tell us in the comments.
We'll tell you the answer right after this. See you later. Bye.
See you every other Monday. Bye-bye.